Hey, hello investors and future investors. Welcome to the channel. For today's video, I will be giving you an update on Kenvue stock. I'm going to be letting you know what the latest update for this stock is, and most importantly, I'm going to be letting you know if I'm going to be selling out of the stock or I'm going to be doubling down on my investment. For those of you new to the channel, on this channel, we try to help people with small account portfolios grow that account portfolio with income trading over time and not overnight. If this interests you, then go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Now, one thing you're going to learn with this channel is that we like to go ahead and get down and dirty with options. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, first of all, the first thing we want to announce is that Kimberly-Clark Corporation, which is right here, has decided to put in a bid in order to acquire Kenvue. Now, for those of you who have seen my past video, I did decide to go ahead and add Kenvue to my portfolio, and I did that by the DCA model, or the dollar cost average model. I wasn't aware that this merger or this acquisition actually is going to happen, so I'm just going to bring you up to speed of what's going to be going on. Now, Kimberly-Clark is a very well-established company, and this company has been around for a very long time. It's been around since 1872, so it's well-established. It's not going to be going anywhere. The reason I'm not invested in this current company is because this company has not made any movement, and in fact, it's been losing money over the last couple of years. So if you go ahead, let's go to 1 week first. So on the 1 week chart, you could see that this stock had a very sharp decline. It went from $120 all the way down to $99. The reason this happened is because this was the same day that the acquisition was announced. So the acquisition did not take favorable to Kimberly-Clark. And as you can see here, you could see Robinhood stock warning. This stock has recently experienced elevated volatility. Now, I want you guys to remember this sharp drop right here as we go ahead and go into the next stock. Now, before we go ahead and go to the next stock, let's go ahead to the 5-year outlook so I could show you guys this. This is what the 5-year outlook looks like. This stock is just keep going down. It's not doing anything. It's not actually growing. So what they decided to do, since this is happening, they decided to make an acquisition which should help them out. The amount of money offering to purchase Kenvue is going to be $40 billion. Now, most people think this is overvalued, but I don't think it's overvalued. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you why. The reason why I don't think this is overvalued is because the $40 billion they're going to be paying, this contract is not set in stone yet. It's going to take effect in 2026. But the $40 billion they are going to be paying is just the cost they're going to be paying. No one is going to be paying that amount of cost without getting some kind of decent value. The decent value they're going to be getting from this is quite simple. I'll give you just a few examples. Example number one. Whenever Kimberly-Clark decides to acquire Kenvue, they're also going to be acquiring all their books and their revenue and everything else. So a simple explanation is going to be, and I'm just going to use some random numbers. Let's say Kimberly-Clark is making $8 million every single year. They're now going to be making that $8 million in conjunction with whatever money Kenvue is making. So let's say Kenvue has been making another $8 million on an annual basis. So now, after the acquisition, Kimberly-Clark Corporation, which is going to absorb Kenvue, is the one now that's going to be reporting $16 million on their balance sheet. So in the short term, it's going to look like the company is making additional revenue, and this is going to help the share price in the short term only. As per the long term, I do not know. So that's just one way they're going to be benefiting. The other way they're going to be benefiting is going to be opposite products. Kimberly-Clark usually offer household products and lots of consumables. One of their main brand is going to be Cottonelle, the Cottonelle brand, which offers toilet paper, which is very, very popular. Now, Kenvue offers stuff like Tylenol and all the personal care. So because the products are opposite to each other, it's going to help develop Kimberly-Clark a lot more. So that's another way that they're going to be benefiting. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into KVUE, and that's the ticker symbol for Kenvue. All right, so here we are on Kenvue, and I remember I asked you to look at remember the volatility on Kimberly-Clark. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go over to the week outlook right here to see the movement here. So, as I just showed you, with Kimberly-Clark, the share price absolutely tanked. Now, with Kenvue, the share price actually skyrocketed. The reason being is that the market sees that this is a bad acquisition for Kimberly-Clark, but it sees this as being a good thing for Kenvue. Hence, that's the direction that the stocks take in each of these individual stocks. Okay, so I'm going to give you some more information now on Kenvue and how this acquisition is going to be handled. So this information, of course, is already being publicized. So you can just go ahead and just do your own research and you're going to find out this information. So here is the benefit for Kenvue. Kenvue shareholders are going to be receiving $3.50 per every single share of stock they have. So if you do have Kenvue stock and your stock is $15.96, you're only going to be receiving $3.50 for that stock. But it does not end there. In addition to that, you will be receiving 0.15 of Kimberly Capital stock, or 15%. So this is how that's going to work out. So currently, Kimberly Clark, as I just showed you, has been trading for $100. 15% of $100 is going to be $15. So $15 plus $3.50 is now going to be $18.50. So for every share of Kenvue that you own, you will be getting $18.50. So here's how you benefit. If you bought the stock and you have an average cost of, let's say, $15 or $16, let's just use $16, then your return when the acquisition actually goes through is going to be $2.50, which is going to be the $18.50 you're going to be receiving, but your cost on Kenvue was just $16. So in fact, are going to be receiving a 15% capital appreciation on the stocks you currently own if you're still holding the stock come acquisition time. Now, because this is a very premium acquisition, most people are going to be inspired. They're going to want to actually hold the stock. But here's what I'm doing. As of today, I went ahead and I sold off all my Kenvue stocks. The reason I did that is because my average cost was around $15 and the share price actually shot up to $16. So what I did, I sold, I received my capital gains, and as you know, the name of the channel is investment gains. So I was able to lock in my investment gains and out of the stock. The other reason I got out of the stock, in addition to me being able to lock in my investment gains, is because when I went ahead and I bought Kenvue, I bought it for the long term. And right now, the fundamentals are going to be changing drastically. After acquisition, Kenvue is no longer going to be a company. The new company is going to be Kimberly Clark. The other reason why I went ahead and added Kenvue to my portfolio is because of the nice dividend it was paying. It was paying about a 5% dividend. So I wanted to capitalize on that dividend on a consistent basis. So now Kenvue is going to be no longer. Now, although Kimberly Clark does pay a 4.89% dividend, which is just as good, I just don't have as much confidence in Kimberly Clark as I did in Kenvue. So there you go. This is just a short video to let you guys know what I'm doing with Kenvue in the near term. So there you have it, investors and future investors. This acquisition is going to work out more in the benefit of Kenvue than it will for Kimberly Clark. But because there's so many unknowns and so many uncontrollables, I've gone ahead and decided to exit my position with this stock. I locked in my investment gains, and I'm then going to go ahead and use my funds to other more lucrative ventures. Let me know what you guys are going to be doing with your personal portfolio with the Kenvue stocks that you have, if you do have the stocks. And let me also know if you guys think this merger or this acquisition actually is going to be a good thing for either Kenvue or Kimberly Clark. Now, for those of you who made it to the end of the video, you guys are the real investors and future investors. If you have not already, now would be the best time for you to go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that notification bell to get an alert whenever I post a video. But here's the most important thing, right? The reason I make all this free content is to try to help as many people as I possibly can go ahead and make income from options trading. So if you know anyone out there that's struggling to grow a small account portfolio, then the right thing to do is to go ahead and share this video with them. Together, let's help as many people as we possibly can start generating income from options trading. Now, until the next video, keep pushing your investments.